So, very quick one. Joseph Parker on the comeback trail after getting knocked out by Joe Joyce in 11 rounds. So, I've always been a big fan of Andy Lee, the pundit. And I've always thought because he had the tutelage of Emmanuel Stewart, and obviously was an Emmanuel Stewart fighter and been in the Cronk gym, as an analyst, he's pretty spot on and he knows boxing. Former fighter and world champion himself. Deadly left hand, good fighter. Quality middleweight. The problems I have with Andy Lee and this Joseph Parker team up is that I'm not sure what Andy Lee has done to bring Joseph Parker on. In fact, Joseph Parker tonight had to go out there and stop Massey. He had to go out there and do a number on Massey. Massey coming up, moving up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. And hi Liam, hope you well, I hope you can hear me. Moving up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, having his first fight at heavyweight. My concern was for Massey that you're moving up from cruiserweight to heavyweight and you're moving up against a top 15 heavyweight in the world in Joseph Parker. I mean, the one thing what happens is when you move from cruiserweight up to heavyweight is that you've got that natural speed. You see punches coming, and you're able to. A lot of punches will seem like they're telegraphed. That's why a lot of these people come from cruiserweight, move up to heavyweight. They've got that speed because they're obviously punches down at cruiserweight come a lot faster. And I would argue to say, well, some of these cruiserweights have not been hit as hard. I would argue to say these cruiserweights have been hit just as hard. They've been hit just as hard, but with the speed it makes it worse. So, and Richie Rackpole's a big guy as it is. More of him later. Now, I expected Joseph Parker to close the range down on Massey, go to the body, work the body. So around 6 or 7, work the body, lean on Massey, double up that jab, push Massey back to ropes. Massey was voluntarily leaning back, going back against ropes. At no point in time did Parker use that time to really time him off the ropes, fake the jab, maybe slip to the body, or for straight hand to the body, to the midsection, or even turn it into an uppercut. You're trying to throw a right hand straight from the middle around the corner, which was pretty strange instead of working to the body. So instead of when Matty was tucking up and going against the ropes, instead of he could have faked it to the head and gone to the body. Didn't see enough body shots from Parker. I kind of thought Parker was hesitant, and Massey was able to buzz Parker over and over again in the fight, which made Parker hesitant to really stamp his authority in the fight. I personally think Parker's declining. I don't think he's getting any better. I think he's hit his ceiling. I don't know what Parker's prime would have been, to be honest. And I love Joseph Parker. But I just don't see... Andy Lee talk about rebuilding process, but I don't know. I mean, I think if you go back and look at Parker, for me, Parker's ceiling was when he fought Joshua. Right, that fight. I remember talking to Joseph Parker in that fight there. And that, for me, is where Parker's career could have changed. He could have made a real decision and changed the course of his career. From that fight onwards, Parker's not been the same fighter. If you look at the Dillian White fight after that, he sat in that Sky Sports studios and said about how he's made it as a fighter, his family's secure and all this stuff. He's made it. And Dillian White went out there and bullied him. I always thought that Parker could go on and actually become a unified heavyweight champion of the world. I really did. I thought that after the Joshua defeat and after the Dillian White defeat, he had that trainer that I didn't rate, Kevin Barry. I thought he hit his ceiling. I thought Andy Lee coming in would have helped. But I think that something is missing with Joseph Parker. And I don't think, of all due respect, I don't think it's ever going to come back with Joseph Parker. I think we've seen the best of Joseph Parker. I don't think we're going to see anything more of Joseph Parker. And if you can't get rid of Massey, with all due respect, and Massey did well, but if you can't get rid of Joseph Parker, in my humble opinion, if you can't get rid of Joseph Parker, in my humble opinion, if you can't get rid of Massey, in my humble opinion, there's a problem. There's a serious problem. That being said, for Jack Massey, I'd like to see him fight a heavyweight again. I really would. I like Massey to throw. He was exciting when I saw Massey throw the punches I'd like to see him throw 4 or 5 more punches in combinations. You know, I'd like to see his movement, get his movement coming in and out, and throwing combinations coming in and out more lateral movement, keeping off those ropes. Because to me, Massey was getting more and more confident as the rounds were going. So I don't know. Joseph Parker needs to sit down somewhere, man, and have a serious think about his career. Imagine Joe. It's a good point. Imagine Joe Joyce fighting one smack Jack Massey. That would have been carnage in there. Carnage. By the way, I believe now Joyce is going to be fighting Zhang in April, so that's going to be an interesting fight. I think Joyce is going to walk straight through Zhang, to be honest, but it'll be a good fight. Just to let people know tonight as well, Bermane Stiverne is back against Guidry. If you wonder who Guidry is, he was the guy that Trevor Brighton defended his WBA title against and got a narrow decision. So Bermane Stiverne fights tonight live against Guidry, a guy that back in the day Stiverne would have cleaned out in a few rounds. Don't know how he's going to do tonight. I haven't had much contact with Bermane, I've been so busy. So he looked in decent condition, but we'll see. Yeah, he's fighting tonight. So yeah. So won't keep you lot anymore. The boxing's on, so enjoy the night. And I'm going to try and do live commentary tonight as well. Alright, have a good night. And I'm going to try and do this with the Eubank fight later. I hope you can hear me clearly. Thanks for watching BWTM Sports. Rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. See you later.